When you think about e-commerce, you may think of the big online retailers where you buy and sell goods over the internet and those goods just turn up to your door. At WiseTech, we solve the complexities involved in connecting all the parties and different pieces of data together to move those goods from A to Z. Stephen Dascoli, E-commerce Product Manager, oversees our International Ecommerce platform, which combines shipping, customs, international freight forwarding, parcel, final mile delivery, and full track and trace from origin to destination. Stephen, we've been talking to some of the other product managers today, and a common theme of bringing data through the system and communicating between parties has become very important. Obviously in the e-commerce space, that's important too, but the volumes, I think, are where the problems are in the industry. Can you talk about the size of the e-commerce market and the volumes they have to deal with?
As an example, last year in 2019, there was 1.92 billion consumers that purchase goods online. If you put that into perspective, that's a lot of pieces of data that need to flow from the online retailer all the way to the consumer's door, and the different parties that are involved in that supply chain using different systems and different sources of data. It makes it very complex.
The e-commerce space deals with a vast amount of data in comparison to some of the other parts of the industry that we're touching with, where there's still very large amounts of data. What sort of volumes are we talking about in the e-commerce space?
So from an air freight perspective, we're seeing average volumes of 1,000 online orders in one consolidation. From a sea freight perspective, we're seeing up to 20,000 or 50,000 in one container.
And so that's completely different to the regular international freight industry, is it?
Yeah, exactly. So in comparison, if there's 1,000 online orders on one consolidation, a normal freight forwarding commercial shipment would be one.
So it's really important to have good control of the data coming into the system and to categorise it and process it appropriately to keep that streamlined approach to business.
Yeah, and the visibility. So all the parties involved should have visibility and be able to see where an exception is going to occur, so they can mitigate that risk before it actually occurs.
And CargoWise has an e-commerce module, and you're responsible for that. How does that help solve the problem?
Yeah, so the e-commerce offering we have is International Ecommerce. So we offer a solution that combines your origin freight forwarding, your origin depot, your customs clearance, your international freight forwarding, your destination freight forwarding, and your last mile carrier.
So that's covering data collection at the source, so that you've actually got that one parcel of information flowing through the system, which radically improves productivity and reliability of the data.
Yeah, that's right. So the visibility that gives to our customers and that they can give to their customers is very beneficial. So they can see the data as it comes in from the online retailer all the way till it gets to the door of the consumer.
And which countries are you currently using the software in?
We're across Australia and New Zealand with all transport modes and directions. We've recently released the product into the US with a couple of pilot customers. So yeah, we're definitely seeing a big increase in the volumes in the United States.
And is it the same software globally? Do you have different takes on it for different markets, or is it a single global product?
It is a single global product. It is country agnostic, so we just plug in the solution from a customs perspective for that country. So each country may have a different customs declaration. So as the customs team build out new customs declarations that apply to low value goods, we'll just plug that solution into our solution.
And what new things are coming? Is there something new happening in the space that you're excited to be involved in?
The biggest thing for us is new markets. As I said, the US, that's a very big market. There was some new legislation changes last year in the US for low value goods, a new declaration type, so we're on the forefront of that. And then after that, we're following the customs plan where we just go into new countries as they go into new countries. So every country has its own challenges, but yeah, that's the exciting part for us.
So it sounds like this is a great success story. It's working very well. It's hitting the mark. It's solving a lot of problems of the industry. That's great news. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.